Yo, what's going on? So, video number 2 in our terminology, little recap, and kind of helper videos for people who are studying through their terminology and Korean words. And they're trying to get the back of it broken as such. It's not going to cover every single thing that you should know, but it has a kind of simple structure and a pattern that might and should help you, learn a bit more of your theory in your preparation for your gradings. So, last time we looked at white belt, yellow tag. This time we go to yellow belt, green tag, that kind of area for terminology. So we start with stances and work our way up and see how we go on. So one that I kind of probably should have brought in last time as well and sort of left out, and it's a common one. The idea that I have for terminology is you should be able to name, all of the techniques in the pattern you're studying at your particular grade. There is a school of thought that believes in teaching you the fundamental movements from the next pattern at the grade you're at now. So if you're a yellow belt, you'll learn the techniques, the fundamental hand techniques out of Do-san, the fundamental whatever techniques out of whatever pattern is the next one above you. So that when you go up to that grade, there's no kind of there's less of a gulf in material to learn, and then you'll just, the pattern will be easier to take apart and try and perfect, I suppose, because you're not learning the fundamental techniques. And this works in some cases and it doesn't in other cases. But either way, whether you know the terminology for the next techniques or not, you should definitely know the terminology for the pattern you're studying. So with that in mind, we kind of have we did Sajitsurujis, which aren't really patterns, but they're the fundamental exercises at white belt. Chungji-to last time, and this time it will be Dangun and Do-san, right? So one that I kind of left out last time in the white yellow tag video was L stance Nihonjisugi. So this is one that obviously appears in Chungji, and it appears in many other patterns afterwards. So, but that's the first sort of stance. And it's kind of one of the only really important stances that we need now at this grade. Not important, that's the wrong word, but it's one. I don't think, and I'll probably, as I go on through this video, remember stance that I've left out somewhere. But I don't think there's any other stances in the next two patterns. I think it's all walkie stance, sitting stance, L stance, parallel stance. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. So anyway, regardless of that, L stance is the one I forgot last time. Apologies, should have been in there. L stance is Nihonjisugi. L stance is Nihonjisugi. So now, kind of looking at some of the hand techniques, and we'll go through the two kind of grades. So yellow belt hand techniques and green tag hand techniques. And I'll split them by grade, and then I'll do them up this way, right? So at yellow belt, some of the new techniques you have in your patterns. So you have the first technique in Dangun is a new one for you if you haven't learned it before. It's the knife hand guarding block, and this is Sunkal Debi Maki. Sunkal Debi Maki, knife hand guarding block. The next technique in Dangun is your high punch, and if you already know, we already covered front punch in the last one, Apchimuk Jiruji. The only qualifier now is the height. In this case, Nopponde, high section. Nopponde, high four-fist punch. Nopponde Apchimuk Jiruji. What other techniques have we got in Dangun that are useful to know? One of the ones that confuses people an awful lot when they first do it, the double forearm block, the Sang Palmuk Maki. Sang is twin. It's not double forearm block, sorry, it's twin forearm block. Sang Palmuk Maki, Sang Palmuk Maki. This is twin forearm block. Sang being twin, Palmuk being forearm, and Maki being block. Sang Palmuk Maki. We have covered low block, we have covered rising block. So here we go, moving into the next one, the new technique as well at this grade. Although you'll probably do them in the syllabus up and down the hall, but in the first time you see it in the pattern, knife hand side strike, very near the end in Dangun, in L stance. So it's Sunkal Yop Teregi, Sunkal being knife hand, Yop being side, Teregi being strike. Teregi, sometimes pronounced Teregi. I don't know, depends what part of the woods you're from. So Sunkal Yop Teregi. These are the fundamental hand techniques that appear in Dangun. No kicking techniques that we need to think about, but I'll drop them in now because you're probably training these techniques anyway on the floor, and we did front kick and side kick last time. So two kicks that you've probably seen added in now at this stage in your curriculum is turning kick, which is Dolio Chagi, turning kick, Dolio Chagi, and back kick, which is Duichagi. possibly you've seen one more you probably have as well is downward kick, neryo chagi, downward kick. Hand techniques that are more relevant at green tag and other terminology words that you see more so at green tag now. Do Santul has a few kind of quirky new additions. Again, the first movement's brand new. It's outer forearm high side block. So Bakat Palmuk, outer forearm, Napunde high, yop, side, maki, block. Bakat Palmuk, Napunde, yop, maki. Bakat Palmuk, Napunde, yop, maki. I had to think about that one. Bakat Palmuk, Napunde, yop, maki. High side block. Punching is all the same, Sunkal Debi Maki. And actually, just on the Sunkal Debi Maki, the knife hand guarding block, if you just want to make a forearm guarding block, Sunkal becomes Palmuk, and now you have Palmuk Debi Maki, right? Easy to put the two of them together, Debi being guarding. So other things that appear in Dosan, we have straight fingertip thrust. So Sunkut Tulgi, straight fingertip Sunkut and Tulgi thrust. Sunkut Tulgi, straight fingertip thrust. Another new technique that comes pretty fast after that one is high section back fist strike. So this is Napunde Dongjimuk Teregi, high back fist side strike, I believe it is. I don't know, I could be wrong, I'm tired. I'll check. There's no point in being wrong. High back fist side strike. Yep, I'm correct. Back fist side strike. Dongjimuk Napunde Yapteregi. Back fist high side strike. Dongjimuk Napunde Yapteregi. What else as we go on through the pattern? Ding, back to start. Yep, new one as well that comes through here is high outer forearm wedging block. Napunde bakat palmak hecho maki. Napunde bakat palmak hecho maki. Yep, Napunde bakat palmak hecho maki is high outer forearm wedging block. We've done front snap kick. We've covered that one. We have our two punches. We've covered front punches. And then we've covered the stance in the last one. Anonsugi is sitting stance. We've covered this one as well. And we have now got our knife hand side strike as well. Anonsugi Sunkal Yapteregi. So these are the kind of key kind of techniques that appear at yellow and green tag. The other things that might come up through the grades are things like jumping, Tweegi. So if you're doing any jumping techniques in class, it's Tweegi. Any flying techniques, Tweemio. Other little bits and pieces, you should at this stage have a full understanding of how to count to 10 in Korean. Hana, dul, set, net, das, yas, ilguyar, ahoyol. Again, these are kind of things that you should come through. And then if you really want to sort of break the bank, you can dig into things like the motions, the speeds and stuff like this, fast motion, continuous motion. I'm not going to delve into any of that here now. This is very much the techniques from the patterns at your grade and some of the Korean pronunciations and terminologies that you should have in your locker, that you need in your locker at a basic level before you can kind of say, okay, I'm kind of confident in my terminology. The general rule of thumb is whatever pattern you're studying and whatever patterns you have studied, right? This is a common thing that happens. Oh, I did my last test. I know that pattern now. I don't need to do it again. I don't need to worry about it again. I don't need to know the theory again. That's a bad idea. It won't work out well for you. Remember your theory. Remember your patterns. It's not fire and forget. You need to know it's progressive, right? So they're the kind of new terminologies that we've come across. Still no answer on why side piercing kick is Yop Cha Jiruji. Yop being side, Cha being the abbreviation of Chagi for kick. So that's side kick, and then Jiruji as again, I still don't know. It's punch, right? So why do we add it? Where's piercing? I don't know. If you know, let me know. Unless it's, like I said last time, unless it's because we put the hand out in the side kick position. But still, I'm open to answers. So they're kind of some of the new terminologies that you need to know. So yeah, look, I hope you're finding value out of these. They're really kind of high level, just quick kind of smash and grab sort of stuff that you need to know. about terminology for your next test at these grades. It's not comprehensive. I don't pretend it to be comprehensive, but it is the sort of, in my opinion, the basic stuff that you do need to know at this level. So yeah, hopefully you find it useful. If you do, give it a like, give it a share, give it a subscribe, give us some feedback. If you want anything else covered, let us know, and we'll be very happy to do it. Awesome. Okay, take care. Have a good one. See you soon. Bye bye.